that. Hello. Just ignore me. There we go. Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Wowhead Weekly number 139. We have a lot to talk about today, of course. We have Antorus right around the corner, but I think the most exciting thing is today we actually have a special guest. So without further ado, I'm going to flip it over to our three frame. Of course, we have our site manager, Perculia from Wowhead. But you guys,
hey everyone!
You guys should all be pretty excited and give a big virtual round of applause for Lulaboo.
Hello, how's it going?
Hey. Lula, I am good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thanks. A little tired, but you know, Thanksgiving prep, it is what it is.
I'm so excited. For those of you guys who do not know, Lula is a streamer. She streams a lot of stuff specifically from the World of Warcraft cookbook, correct?
Yes, a lot of stuff from the WoW cookbook, actually. It's a very versatile book, let me tell you.
So tell us a little bit about your stream. Where can everybody find you on Twitch? What kind of stuff do you do? When do you stream?
Okay, well, hi guys. My name is Lulaboo. I am a cooking streamer on Twitch. So I stream twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. I cook a wide range of things. Right now, we're definitely doing a lot of Thanksgiving themed items. So if you want to hop in and take a look at my cooking later on today, I will be on. Special edition Thanksgiving stuff.
Okay, so we have a bunch of questions about Thanksgiving coming up.
Oh,
so I'm gonna
okay.
We're excited. So I'm gonna switch right over to that. What out of the WoW cookbook? I mean, you've done a lot of stuff. What would you recommend from the WoW cookbook for Thanksgiving?
Oh gosh, there's actually a section dedicated to saying if you want to actually do a pilgrim's bounty, do these recipes, and I'll tell you what they are right now. So I really highly recommend it if you've never made bread before and you want to make your own bread. A very easy recipe to kind of try out for the first time would be the buttery wheat rolls. They are super duper easy, super delicious to make. So that's definitely something. They actually have a slow roasted turkey recipe, so you can take a look at that and make your own turkey according to World of Warcraft. You know, there's the what is it, cranberry?
Yeah, the cranberry
chutney.
Yeah, all like the pilgrim's bounty recipes.
Absolutely. So they have a lot of rudimentary, and a dressing recipe that gets going with a Mulgore spice bread recipe. So there's a lot of stuff in there. You can get really involved with the cookbook, especially around Wintervale and Pilgrim's Bounty. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. My sister last year did her whole Thanksgiving dinner from the WoW cookbook.
That was epic.
The whole thing.
So many things. There was like 20 things from the cookbook.
There's a lot of stuff in that cookbook. I
really
really thought
the
it was
themed drinks
small.
are really good too. Like, and you can have like cider and all sorts of
heck yeah.
WoW things.
If you ever check out that Hearthstone cookbook, it's I would say it's a good 80% alcoholic mixed drink, and then the other 20%'s like just like finger foods you get at a if you were gonna be playing Hearthstone in an inn somewhere. So it's a really fun set of books, and I really do enjoy working through them. It's really nice, actually.
So
cool.
Out of the recipes that you've done, I'm sorry, Perk, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I was asking the same thing. So, I mean, you've been doing these Wowhead featured articles talking about, Warcraft cookbook things, for months now. I think it's maybe a year. And, what's been the most challenging recipe from all those that you've cooked for the show?
I think it's going to be like the honey bread.
Oh, that was awesome. It looked like an actual beehive with the little wedges in it. That looked awesome.
It was actually really difficult to actually pull off. The first time I made it, when I made it live, and it's on the VOD too, I burned it and it collapsed. And so it was really that was one of the ones I probably should have done myself before I had done it live. So I ended up doing it again, took a really nice picture for the Wowhead feature. But that one I would say is pretty hard. That one, and oh gosh, there was one other one I thought was really weird. I can't remember.
I remember there's a time we made a drink and you never had that alcohol before, and you're like, you were testing it on the street.
It was gin. Funny. I had never tried gin before, and so there was a mixed drink recipe for gin. It was for Moonglow, I think it was, and I've never had gin before. Tried it for the first time. Not a fan of gin. Definitely
not a fan
stuff in my bar.
Gin.
Yeah, there's stuff in my bar. I will never use it. I will never use that stuff ever again. But it's just sitting in my bar for guests. So I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Someone will want it.
Yeah,
now the cookbook actually does it rank stuff easy, medium, and hard, so newbies.
It does.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool.
So
actually, one of the things that you can do is that there's this little, if you go to the very beginning of the book, is a section for the note from the author. If you, the author literally writes down, if you want to level up or skill up IRL, try these recipes first. And of course, it's going to say 5 from each of, these specific ones.
Oh.
And then you can feel confident enough to be able to finish off the rest of the book. So there is a really cool entrance for people who don't know how to cook in there. So it's a really nice resource to kind of be able to start somewhere when you're lost.
what would you say your cooking skill level in real life was, like, before you started this? Like, did you start cooking streams as, like, I'm going to learn to do this, you guys can, like, learn along with me, or were you pretty, like, competent before going into it?
I was pretty competent in mainly Mexican food since that's what I grew up with. So I had already knew how to do that. Went to culinary school to get, like,
oh, you went to culinary school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
So you know what you're doing. You got a little bit of skill. So is there any specific recipes that you would recommend for somebody who maybe, like me, can't cook at all?
Well, from the book?
Yeah.
Or in general, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Buzzard bites are great. They're super easy. They're very delicious. Beer braised boar ribs are very laid back. If you want some really nice sauced up glazed ribs, they're really good and super easy to do. You just make the barbecue sauce and you just bake it and baste it, and that's it. So that one's really kind of nice to have during the holidays too, because you can just get like a bunch of ribs and just kind of cook them all the way.
Ribs are so
for
good.
a lot of people. Oh, they are.
Good. So
Yeah.
good. Do you have any plans in the future to, like, branch out? Like, I know you talked a little bit about the Hearthstone cookbook. Have you already done streams from that?
Yes, I did.
You made the drink from that, right? For the recent WoW stream.
Yes, I did. Medivh's special Karazhan cocktail. It was actually really nice. That one had a lot of rum whiskey in it, and I had plenty of that at the house. So I had used that. It was actually really tasty. So I do plan on, doing more, hopefully, Wowhead featured streams to where we'll start delving into, like, the Hearthstone cookbook and just kind of take it from there and, like, throw in, hopefully, some more original recipes.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question about that. We did a bunch of official cookbook recipes for a bit, and then last month and this month you've been doing original ones. Like, what's some of the prep that goes, into that? Like, you obviously aren't going to be like, oh, I'm just making a regular salad. Like, do you do any research to, like, give it, like, a WoW theme or think about plating or anything?
I do. I wanted to look at, okay, when I think of Suramar, what am I going to expect, culinary-wise, plate presentation-wise for my stuff. So I wanted to make sure it was kind of elements of kind of being a little grandiose, a little bit over the top. So I wanted to just kind of get, a surf and turf that was going to be a little bit more enriched, a little bit more bumped up than normal. So had a nice fancy cream sauce with nice toasty toast on top for our, seafood and stuff. And it turned out really well.
Yeah,
I really
that
liked the way it
sounds
turned
great.
out.
I saw pictures of that, and it looked really, really good. It looked really, really good.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking for salads. Strangely enough, they're like, can we just get a salad in there? I'm like, yeah,
really?
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it was one
Not
of the
my
things.
people.
Yeah, obviously, for a lot of people, they're not fans of salad. I'm not one, but I managed to, ask a lot of people who do like salad, and they helped me out with that too. So
It's funny because the recipe and game, both things you made give haste, but the salad gives more haste. So it's like the superfood in the whole WoW consumable structure.
It totally makes sense then.
So you're obviously now you're at this point where you're kind of like starting to create your own recipes based on World of Warcraft and stuff. Were you thinking about that kind of stuff prior to the cookbook coming out? Like when you were running around in WoW playing the game, were you ever like, I wonder what that's like or what that would be like? I mean, especially coming from a culinary background.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to start doing stuff like that. So I was, one day I was just chatting to my chat about it while I was streaming. And they're like, oh, yeah, that cookbook comes out next week. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. No, because there's so many recipes in World of Warcraft. And of course, we're going to have more and more expansions. We already know we're going to have another expansion coming out. So it's not like we're going to be any lack of recipes in the future. I'm just kind of excited to kind of do this my own way. And hopefully I can get started on more original stuff for the future.
Yeah, I want to see more Suramar food. I know people were like, oh, make the Nightborn candy. And that would be super cool if you had like a bunch of purple and blue mana gem edible things. So I
have something that I have in mind that for what is it? the Suramar delicacy.
Yeah, like the mystery platter of everything.
Yeah, exactly. So I have something that I've been, brainstorming on, something like that, and then eventually I'll get it up on live and stuff like that. We'll see how it goes.
That's awesome. So I don't want to cut you off. I know you have a stream later that you need to prepare for. One more time, where can everybody find you, and what time can they find you?
Everybody can find me at twitch.tv/Lulaboo, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 o'clock Pacific time. I'm also on Twitter at fail_Lula. So you can hit me up on there as well. It's probably the best way to reach me.
All right, and her Twitter is also underneath her little profile thing that I've got going on here. You can see it right underneath.
Yeah.
And then, Perk, do you want to talk a little bit about the giveaway that we're doing right now before we kick Lula out of here?
Yeah.
So, we were talking about the ashari salad and the Suramar surf and turf original recipes, and the post just went up last week, and the giveaway is going on right now, and you enter with what food you'd like to have her make in the future, and you could win an official Warcraft cookbook, and that runs until Sunday, and I think Sass is going to drop the link into chat, or I'll have it up very soon. And yeah, it's an awesome cookbook. What's also really cool is that the author said at the panel at BlizzCon that she based the recipes off of looking them up on Wowhead. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool. So, but yeah, enter the giveaway. Awesome original recipes. The surf and turf looks delicious. The salad looks very healthy too.
It looks very healthy. Well, thank you so much, Lula, for taking some time out to come be our first special guest here on Wowhead Weekly. Just to talk a little bit about food. Oh, of course. We appreciate
now I'm hungry.
You. I know. My husband went to go get dinner, and I now can't, how are we going to make it through the rest of the stream? I'm going to die. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. I'm going to flip the camera over to me so that Lula can go, and then I'll get Perk up, and we'll get into our regular show. Thank you again, Lula. Everybody go give her a follow and watch her make delicious food. All right, flipping over now.
Thanks, bye.
Bye, Lula.
Bye.
All right, I am gonna... Hi, guys. You're just looking at my face right now. That's fine. I'm gonna hang up on this call. Thanks, Lula. And then come back over here, and we'll get Perk on. We're getting Perk right now. Lula had some stuff to do. We had invited her stream to be on for longer, but she had stuff to do, and we really appreciate her coming and just chatting with us. Can you turn your camera on, Perk?
Yeah.
There we go.
Is that working now?
Yeah, thank you. Let me...
Cool.
I'm getting you framed up right, meow. Add. That is going to be add existing. Okay, there we go. Look at that. And I'm almost done. Thanks for bearing with us, guys. I don't... Oh, I just squished you. I didn't mean to do that. Let me just delete that. I guess I squished you a little bit. This is the professional way to switch displays. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I mean, you're watching our stream, so
yeah,
it's about expected at this point, right? So let me put you back there, and then let's move back to our main screen. Let me get you in here, and then we'll get right into our show. Thank you guys again for being so patient. I really appreciate it. And there's Perk there. Hello. Doing great. All right.
Hello.
So we're all framed up as normal. Thank you guys for being so welcoming to Lula. I can't stress enough. You guys should go watch her and follow her. She does something really cool and unique here on Twitch. And as somebody who's always been a big fan of the stuff like that in World of Warcraft, I've always watched people who've done WoW recipes and their takes on them, and it makes me happy. So definitely check it out. And you might even learn something before Thanksgiving. But Perk, how excited are you that there was no PTR this week?
I'm super excited, although I'm worried because last year Ian wrote this post at 6 a.m. on legendary drop rates on Thanksgiving.
Oh my
gosh,
I remember that.
I'd be like, oh, stop PTR. I don't have anything better to do.
Typical. Well, we have a lot of preparation for Antorus right now because it opens this week. It's insanity. I see you playing with your shadow, so I'm taking mine out as well.
I know.
But
we'll talk about him later in the show.
Yeah. Do you want to watch the
Bright Paw?
I know.
There's no Bright Paw, so we have to have a cute stuffed animal.
Exactly. Do you want me to show the cutscene now, or do you want to talk a little bit about the schedule for the raid?
So I'll just talk about the cutscene really briefly.
I've got it on here too if you want me to show it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just talk about why we have it for a second, and then we can show it. It's really short. So basically, Blizzard's been doing all these little cutscenes leading up to Antorus because story-wise, it's good if your character actually knows why we're going into Antorus besides just a blue post. It's more immersive. So if you go back to Magni in the Crokul hovel, he has a little quest series for Visions of Another, and Aonar is asking us to help her in Antorus, so it's meant to get you all hyped and actually want to have a purpose to go into the raid next week. And we can show that now.
Okay, how did you... Oh, this box is child-proof. I can't. This box is child-proof. Here is the, here's the cutscene, guys. It's only 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
I remember the awakening. How life sprang forth all around us. I remember unity. Until it was shattered by betrayal. I remember fleeing to keep him from his prize. The time for hiding is over. Aid me, or everything ends.
We're muted. There we go. So that is the cutscene that you will see. Now, that is the second one. There was one last week as well that ended with a little cutscene at Crokul Hovel. So if you haven't done that one, it'll make you do that first. But they're both really short. Both quests together take less than 5 minutes. So if you want to learn more about why we're going to Antorus the Burning Throne, definitely check those out in-game on Argus. And, you know, if you're, like, behind and you haven't actually started Argus yet, I dinged on my Druid yesterday. And I've played for 11 hours total, and I'm already caught up in everything in Argus. So
it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, don't feel like if you're behind that you can't catch up, because the catch-up is insane. I'm already, like, artifact level, like, I want to say, like, 62, 50 something, and, like...
Artifact knowledge is no joke.
And I'm 880 eye level.
Nice.
So it's really quick to catch up, so definitely... do so if you have not already. As far as what's going on and what you're catching up for, it's Antorus, the new raid, and it comes out on Tuesday. I'm so excited. So the unlock schedule is November 29th for normal and heroic difficulties, December 6th for mythic and raid finder wing 1, December 20th for raid finder wing 2, January 3rd for wing 3, and January 17th for wing 4. It's also
that's those are EU dates, so minus 1 day for US.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you get an early surprise
anyway, so
also worth mentioning is that on November 28th, when it unlocks in the US, or the 29th in EU, you will also see the end of the current PvP season and the start of the next PvP season. There's no break. They end and start on the same day.
Yeah.
So want to talk about legendaries a little?
Yeah, so one of the big things is that when Antorus opens, the cap for legendaries goes up to item level 1,000, which is kind of crazy. It's such a high item level, it's 4 digits. And there will be a new quest, the Awoken Titan Essence quest, or the Curse Shard, which lets you upgrade all your 971s or 910 or 941s to 1,000. And all ones that drop moving forward will be 1,000. And there will also be 2 new legendaries. One is the Insignia of the Grand Army, which is related to a quest to kill the final boss. We don't know if there's going to be, like, build up to that if you just walk in and get a legendary. And then Amunthul's Vision, which is one of the Pantheon trinkets. And it's like a wild card one, so you can have, like, super procs when 6 of them proc. And it starts at 1,000, unlike the other ones that have to be upgraded over, like, 3 months. And you can equip this along with 2 other legendaries, so that's pretty cool, like 3 legendaries at the same time.
For sure.
Yeah, and just one more tip is that if you want to craft legendaries, wait until Tuesday, because the crafted ones automatically are 1,000 when Tuesday
comes. Yeah, that's definitely a good tip. That's definitely a good tip. We're kind of like skipping around a little bit here. I'm sorry. I actually have images of some of the cool amounts that are coming with Antorus.
Ooh, yeah.
And I remember the awakening.
See that? Sorry about this.
How life...
Make that go away. So these are some of the mounts that are coming in Antorus. I'm sorry that we skipped around like that. It's 100% my fault. It's 100% my fault. But we have the Shackled Urzul, and then there's a Char... What are they called, these? The Charhound? Is that what that guy's name is?
There's the Gloomhound is the purple guy, and the Charhound is the orange guy.
Yep. And then also those really pretty birds that we rode to the Broken Shore. They like, they kind of like breathe colors like purple and blue and white and purple and blue and white. Do we know how those will actually be obtained?
Yeah, so the Charhounds, one is from Glory of the Argus Raider, and the orange one is a drop from Fellhounds. And the super cool bird, we believe it's going to be from so when you kill Heroic or Mythic Argus, who's the final boss, you get an item which starts a quest, and you turn it into Khadgar, and he gives you the Kirantor Summoning Crystal as thanks for everything. So it seems like the Grove Warden Legion Edition.
I like it. This is better than the Grove Warden. Like, let me just say,
Yes.
don't get me wrong, the Moose was good, but that bird is way better, especially since
I
we
agree.
have flying unlocked and everything now, and I loved that the first time we did it. Also,
I like
with the yeah, of course, I actually when I saved that file because of you, I named it Burb, not Bird, like subconsciously. It wasn't like it wasn't a choice, it just happened. Also coming in the new expansion is tier 21, which is kind of sad because this is the last tier, right?
I know, it is very sad.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
right? So let me just let this cycle through so everybody can see it who has not seen it. If you'd like to see all of the different color variations and all of the tints and a roundabout so you can see the sides and the back and stuff, head over to Wowhead's YouTube channel and just search tier 21. We have a video for every single class, which I believe that this one started with Demon Hunters or Death Knights. So once that gets to the front, I'll flip back to our camera. But which one is your favorite? Of tier 21.
I wouldn't wear it personally, but I like how fantastical the shaman set is with like the over-the-top headdresses and all the feathers, and like it just kind of really nails like a troll vibe.
Yeah, that blue.
Yeah, I really like the details, even though obviously it doesn't, fit a night elf vibe, but I think that looks really cool, especially with like, like maybe Vol'jin has a role and like there's Andalari trolls, so I think that would be a cool set to collect.
I really like the priest set, but I'm a sucker for priest gear in general, though. I just think it's so pretty. It's always white and it has wings and all of that, so I really like that. But it was like a little bit sad when I was making that slideshow. I was like, this is the last tier set that we know what's happening. I mean, they might bring tier back, but this could be the very last one ever.
Yeah, it has set bonuses too.
Right.
So sad.
Set bonuses. There's also a whole article on Wowhead if you want to find out all the different transmog options that people have suggested. There's also special weapons from Agrimar and Argus as well. And then lots of guides that Fat Boss made for the new raid as well.
Yeah. We're up to, we've been highlighting their preview videos on the front page, and I think we're up to like 10 or 11 of them. But they're also doing really in-depth strategy guides, and I believe 3 of them are up already. So, they go through all the abilities, and they have diagrams of everything, and like they explain what's different on Heroic or Mythic. And they're super in-depth, and like they're progression raiders, so if something changes on the guide, they'll update the guide right away as they're actually, doing the bosses with their guild. And yeah, definitely stay tuned over the, Thanksgiving and the weekend for more of the guides to be up, and we'll have all of them up by the time the raid is live.
Yeah, and do you want to talk about some spoilery stuff about the raid?
Yeah, okay,
right.
We gotta get like a spoiler tag.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you a spoiler tag. Okay, there we go. There you are. I lost you for a second, got you back. No big deal.
Okay.
All right, we have a spoiler tag. Let me just make sure everything's nice and centered and ready to go. All right, there's a spoiler tag. If you do not want to hear lore spoilers about the next raid, please mute until you see that spoiler tag go away. All right, Perk, go ahead.
All right. So the Argus fight has a few spoilers associated with it from data mining. The first is that on Mythic difficulty, there's a lot of spells hinting that Sargeras is like controlling Argus, and he's like red instead of blue, and like there's extra abilities. And then that pays off because we learn at the end that there's something happens where Sargeras throws his sword at Azeroth before he's seized by the Titans. And that's what leads to the Silithus map looking totally wrecked with that, crater in the center. And we know that Illidan, based on data mine text, agrees to be the jailer for Sargeras. And then Azeroth is now wounded in Silithus, and that's led to all sorts of speculation that the old gods are awakening, and also that, that's what creates Azerite, which we're now going to put in the heart of Azeroth. And then Illidan even has some goodbye messages for like Malfurion and Tehran, because it's really strange that they never actually interacted in Legion. So now he actually like explains why they haven't. So lots of big spoilers, and we know we're getting a cinematic. So like that cinematic is going to be like epic if there's like I don't know, Illidan doing some sort of sacrifice and like Sargeras coming out of the sky and throwing gigantic swords. It's going to be bonkers. It's going to be over the top. It's all right. But yeah, I think that's it for the spoilers. Yeah.
We're back from Spoiler City. We're back from Spoiler Town. I was coughing in Perk's ear the whole time. I was muted, so you guys couldn't hear me coughing, but poor Perk is like talking, and I'm just like hacking up.
Yeah, like, and this is so cool. Like,
I'm so sorry. I like forgot that I wasn't muted, and I felt so bad as soon as I realized what was going on. Someday I'll get over this cold. Someday. You know what is happening right now, though, other than me not getting over this cold? WoW's 13th anniversary.
This was a lot more epic than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I've farmed so many time walking badges. I think I have like 750 time walking badges on my Druid because I've just been doing the like, you get 200 for logging in. Then I've been doing the dailies every day. And I have like, I want to say it's either 570 or 750, but I feel like that doesn't make sense.
That's a lot either way.
It's a lot for like really minimal effort.
Yeah, so the biggest, coolest thing is that there are world bosses that have returned, and that's a big source of time warp badges. There's a daily quest called the Originals, and you defeat Lord Kazakh, Azuragos, and then one of the Dragons of Nightmare that are up, and you get 50 badges, but what's even cooler is that they drop all their loot from 13 years ago.
Yeah,
so,
I have a bunch of the transmogs that you guys can see here. They are. Here's a bunch of the transmog items that they do drop. I mean, they're currently dropping, and this is just maybe like 10% of them. There's way more. This isn't even all of them by a long shot.
And it's like, while they're kind of low res compared to, you know, tier 21, people really like these transmog because, you know, it's like, oh, the matching belt for a set, or like a lot of the weapons are totally unique, or they had a fun history back in the day. Like, you know, some weapons are maybe awesome for Druid tanks, where they had weird mana per 5 and like Spirit on them. So lots of fun stories behind the items. If you weren't playing back in the day, a lot of people farmed these bosses for nature resistance gear, or they had, you know, like really good items for hybrids. Nature resistance was needed for AQ. Azuragos had some frost resist gear. Kazakh was needed for benediction. And yeah, it's just fun to see them back and to farm for all those transmog items, which if you're on an alt, you can get them starting at level 60 and they scale down to your level, but if you get them at max level, they are 900 or Warforged to 915.
Yeah. Also, in addition to this transmog, with those time warped badges, you can purchase the new bronze tinted sunglasses. That's a transmog item. Now, what kind of stinks is that can only be transmogged during the anniversary event, but it's still worth getting. They're really cool, and the sparkle is dynamic. Also, you can still get the corgi pet from last year, which I'm going to be honest, I need to have a moment because I think this is stupid. I don't think it's stupid that you can get it. I think it's stupid that you can't get the other ones the same way. Like, if they're going to let you get the corgi from last year for 200, why not let you buy the other ones for 200?
Oh, like the 10th anniversary
one. Like only during the event. Like, the one that I always think of is the molten corgi, because my sister just didn't log on during that 2 weeks.
Right.
Like,
well, that's such a cool one. So like, it's like orange and fiery.
Yeah, but like, why not let people buy those ones for 200 as well? If you're going to let them buy one, why can't they buy all of them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the 10th anniversary has more things that haven't returned, like, you know, like the Circle of Flames from Rag and the Core Hound mount. Maybe they'll bring it back for the 15th anniversary.
I would just like cool. It if you could. I'm a big fan, though, of, like, you know, you can upgrade all these games to the digital deluxe version to get the in-game pet. I think you should be able to do that with, like, Vanilla and Wrath just to get the pets. Like, take my $40 or whatever it is and give me the pets. Like, I'll take my money.
Yeah. I'd be a fan of that. I don't have those either.
Yeah, so. I think a lot of people don't have them, and I think I understand that, like, people who have the collector's edition would probably feel slighted in a way by that, but how many of them are left?
Version and call it, like, just give it different flavor text. So it's like, okay, well, the new people haven't looked the same, but if you inspect them, you know it's not the real one.
Them, it's not the same thing. Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah. That's a good idea. I like your style.
Yeah. I just want the cute pet. I don't need to be like, oh, you know, this is like pet number 1.
Yeah, no, I don't want that either. It's mostly that like I want the, you know, I think I'm missing Vanilla, Burning Crusade. What was after Burning Crusade? Wrath?
Wrath, yeah.
I'm not sure. I might have the Wrath one, and then I think I have all of them after that.
Yeah, I think I started in MOP. I was not affording collector's editions before that.
Yeah,
so.
I got the Cata one way later.
Yeah.
I actually got that like a year ago. So I was like
Oh,
going
nice.
back and getting old ones. But anyways, if they're going to let us get the Corgi, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to buy other pets for the 200. I understand that the mount was tied to a raid and like the transmogs were tied to a raid, but the Corgi wasn't. It was just a log on and go talk to the guy and get it. So I just let me buy the things. But anyways, that's a really dumb thing that I'm obviously too passionate about. Also going on right now is Pilgrim's Bounty, which is not required for the Oh What a Long Strange Trip It's Been achievement, but it's still worth doing, especially if you need to level up your cooking. Not to mention that between the 13% anniversary buff and then the 10% buff that you get from Pilgrim's Bounty, you get 23% additional reputation and experience right now with those buffs, right?
Yeah, so that's pretty cool because there's a lot that can help you with Legion Paragon. It can help you with mobs that grant reputation. So like, you know, if you're doing Bloodsail Buccaneers or like Kurenai or Emperor Shadow
to get flying.
Yeah, so all that's really good, or even quests that grant reputation, so like Netherwing, or you know, Order of the Cloud Serpent, or like Sons of Hodir. Just good to go back and do all of that.
Yeah.
And there's also those reputation items like the Nathrazim Tome of Manipulation, which increases reputation with factions on Broken Isles by 200%. There's things like the Battle Standard Coordination for a 15% reputation. Or for Draenor factions, there's a trading post for 20% reputation. So make sure you are using all that stuff when you pop all of your buffs. Before we move on to the next thing, just a reminder, I forgot, our giveaway this show is choice of WoW apparel up to $30 to celebrate today's daily deal. And the keyword is apparel.
Apparel. Also, speaking of apparel, you can actually transmog the Pilgrim's Bounty stuff.
Yeah,
so if that's something that you're interested in, this is what it looks like. That's the dress. And then there's also like this more like, I don't know, what do they call it's not the Pilgrim's dress. What is the other one called?
Oh, it's like the robe thingy.
Autumn's robe or something like that.
Yeah, where is it? So much news. It's loading. I took it down. Okay,
it's
so
not
it's the Pilgrim's attire, dress, robe, boots, hat, and fine Pilgrim's hat.
Anyways, well, those are what you can transmog during the event if that's something that you're interested in doing. Also going on right now, as far as what's new in the actual World of Warcraft, we are now Artifact Knowledge level 53, meaning we're getting Artifact Knowledge at a stupid rate. I know. Right? The 630 broken, or the 860, the 860 Broken Isles World boss is Soul Takers, which drops the Frost Death Knight hidden appearance, which you see on the screen right now. Also, this week is the Legion Dungeon event, so if you do 4 Mythic Dungeons, you will get a piece of loot from Tomb of Sargeras, which is that 925.
Yeah, I think so. It's heroic quality.
I got a 925 anyways. That might be off of a later boss, but I was real happy about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because it was on my druid who dinged yesterday.
Yesterday. Very nice.
So it was really great. And then later on I did the 930 world boss, which is where all those numbers that were wrong were coming from. I was doing the 930 world boss, and it warforged to 945 at Titan Forge, and I was very excited. It happened when I was streaming.
That is cool.
In past news, so we talked about what's happening in the future, we talked about what's happening right now. What happened in the past was a Q&A on the 16th, and I'm going to flip it over to Perk to recap some of the important things that we learned from that.
Sure, sounds good. So the most important thing we learned, it's weird because the Q&As are a mix of like kind of really interesting like hardcore player details and basic like this is what artifact knowledge is details. Like it's a very strange balance of like recapping obvious things and brand new things. Yeah. 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 So one of the new things we actually learned is that with the news that tier set bonuses are going away in Battle for Azeroth, players are curious if that means that, you know, the visual appearances, are they still going to resemble classes or something else from raids? And Ian basically said that they are not being class themed anymore. There will be fewer visual appearances from raids, but they'll be way more elaborate and actually reflect the mood of the raid. and they'll have more elaborate sets throughout the world. So you won't have a weird Emerald Nightmare situation where all the loot didn't really fit Emerald Nightmare and looked like Nighthold recolors and kind of felt like second rate. And they'll do extra stuff like, 3D doodads on the shoulders and extra geometry and kind of like more mythic level details on more sets in general. So it's like the same amount of transmog, but just from different sources. And I think will be more exciting than just like, oh, like here's, like priest class fantasy again. So I think that was actually a good change. We also got a TLDR that 735 features, although not officially described on a BlizzCon panel, or the Antorus Epilogue quest content, Ulduar Time Walking, a preview of the Silithus Battleground, and Scaling World content. We learned that you will need Exalted with Nightfallen to get the unlock that allied race, but they're removing all the reputation gates, so you can just like plow through and quest through everything. What else was there? They're not sure what's going to happen to Honor Prestige in Battle for Azeroth because they're looking at it, but basically you should still be able to get the rewards. Like they're not going to be locked or anything. Mythic Tomb of Sargeras was too difficult, especially the end bosses. They won't tell us how Almanthul's vision will drop, which is interesting because they're like, sometimes it's nice to be surprised. You don't need everything, data mined like spoilers. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, it'll be interesting because it's a legendary that, everyone in the raid can use.
Oh, the secret finding Discord will have it figured out in 15 seconds after the patch goes live.
Like someone on Reddit will be like, oh, I got this. Like, is it cool?
Is this a good thing? Is this good? Did I break it?
I came back after 6 months. What is this legendary?
What is it? Why is it orange? This is weird.
Yeah. And 2 more artifact things. So Hadi, the really cute Beast Mastery artifact pet, is probably tied to the artifact, but they like the idea that Beast Mastery hunters could have more pets in general. And they said Underlight Angler, the current plan is to carry it forward because it's not really, tied to the story, but we'll see how it unfolds because obviously if you're fishing, the Underlight Angler is very good. So yeah, and like a lot of other stuff was just like,
yeah.
Will we get, are you going to kill PvP?
Oh,
or
I want to go through and like have words with people who submit some of these questions. Like some of the questions are fantastic, and then some of them are like,
my question was answered, so I think that was
your question was good. Your question was good. It was a little bit of a bummer that we didn't. Yes, guys, I am wearing my Sylvanas pajamas. Get on my level. It was a little disappointing that we didn't get anything new in that TLDR, but it was a good question.
I tried. So
often people go in there and they ask questions that are so obnoxiously specific that I don't know who they think they're asking these questions for. They'll be like, hi, my name is Stabby McStabberface, and I've been playing an assassination rogue for 14 years, and I want to know why you took out a talent 7 years ago that made it so that I could pickpocket a little bit faster. I feel like you gutted my spec. I want a personal explanation for this. And that's how I feel like a lot of those questions are. So, I don't know. I just wish there was more stuff that was general, that like the whole population would appreciate.
Yeah, or there could be like the hardcore stream and then like the beginner player stream.
Like, or yeah, like 2 different Q&As.
Here's the mythic Q&A. Like here's the LFR themed Q&A.
No, that's not a bad idea. Like a Q&A for returning players or casual players, and then a Q&A for people who are into PvP. Well, they've done that before. They had Halinka do one.
I remember that. Yeah.
I just think that's a better idea because then you're getting more specific answers to specific questions, but that's because I like information. You want to talk about merchandise? Because I do.
Yeah, merchandise.
Who accidentally spent a bunch of money on the Blizzard Gear Shop today? Oops. It was me. Oops. Literally, this is how this went down. I have the big World of Warcraft field jacket. I got it for winter, and it's my favorite thing ever. If you live somewhere cold, it's an amazing winter jacket and worth the money. But I was going to initially order one for Nick, and then he ended up deciding he didn't want one because he already has a winter jacket. So I decided that the money I was going to spend on just the jacket, I would spend on things for myself.
That's a great idea.
Thanks. And so right now, everything all of the World of Warcraft apparel is 30% off. So I made a little slideshow of what I think are the best deals or the things that you need to know about. That is, I believe it is WoW Apparel right here. So on this list, there's that jacket I was just talking about. But on this list, I have the Battle for Azeroth dual face shirts, the ugly Christmas sweaters, the field jacket, and the wild bangerang leggings. Everything is 30% off in the World of Warcraft apparel department. So the Battle for Azeroth shirt comes in at $16.80. The ugly Christmas sweaters are $31.50. The field jacket is reduced to $84, which is a really good price for a winter jacket of that quality. And the wild bangerang leggings are all $38.50 a pair right now. So those are all really, really good deals. Again, that jacket, if you live somewhere cold, is super nice. Oh, I also included the robes on here, and the robes are coming in, I believe, at $32.50 right now.
So two things. The robes are an amazing deal because they're in the 75% off category. So like the robe of the Malefic and the Bloodfang robes.
Yeah, they weren't supposed to be in this slideshow. I'm sorry. Continue.
But they're still 75% off.
Yeah.
And the 30% sale we're talking about, this is just like a flash sale for today, Wednesday. There are other deals going on, but the Wednesday deal is 30% off WoW apparel. I would also throw in the mix that I really like
Sorry.
You have to have cat involvement, representation. I would say that the what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the wild bangerang skater dresses are really nice if you have like kind of a formal event to go to, or like a mixer, or just like, you're doing some sort of geeky celebration type thing.
Yeah,
like we both wore them at events.
So I had two different slideshows. The robes were supposed to be in the second slideshow. I just screwed that up. But the other stuff that I bought was all from the like 50 to 75% off range, which they have a ton of merch. If you just click on Black Friday, you can see all the sales and you can sort it by percentage off. They also have a whole category of $10 t-shirts, and the Cute But Deadly mega figures are $35 right now, which is almost half off. But anyways, a bunch of the stuff that you're seeing up here, I bought. I bought the Cute But Deadly dress that was $20. That's the one on your screen right now. I bought the Sylvanas dress for $30. I also bought the StarCraft chiffon top for $8.75 and the StarCraft scarf for $5. Also worth mentioning right now, I don't have it on that slideshow, but the Art of World of Warcraft book is $11 right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are some other deals.
It's normally $50. So I grabbed it. I already own it, but I bought it as a gift for someone because like that's an awesome gift, and it's a quarter of the price it normally is.
I also wanted to point out the bronze Whelpling plush is $6 and usually it's $25. If you like the wall hangs, they retail for $50 and they're now $12.50.
Yep.
There's some cute StarCraft.
I should have gotten the Legion one. Dang it.
Yeah, I don't think that one was on sale, but like Diablo,
that
Hearthstone,
makes me feel better.
Mist, Cataclysm, they're all there. They've been selling out of some of the plushies, so get them before they go.
Yeah, they sold out of the Tokidoki t-shirts and a couple other things that I liked too.
Yeah. But like the Darkmoon Fair skater dress is $60 and it's now $30. Same with Tehran, Alliance and Horde. There's bomber jackets that are pretty warm. So lots of good stuff. And the 50 and 75% off stuff goes until the 27th. So that's not limited to just today.
Yeah, and then there's a new flash sale every day. Also worth mentioning that right now World of Warcraft is 50% off. Legion and the base game are both 50% off. So I think you get the whole thing going for like $30-$40.
Yeah. And the digital deluxe, it retails for $70, and that's not 50% off, but it's cheaper. It's $45.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So, if you want to get that to get reins of the Illidari Feldstalker and Nibbles, that is worth getting. And I don't think this is tied to the sale. It's not in the notes, but StarCraft going free to play, all the bundles are like heavily discounted. And I think you can get the digital deluxe bundle that comes with all 3 of the collector's edition pets for a really good price too.
Yeah. Also, the StarCraft subreddit is like popping right now. If you're like a Reddit user, there's so many people playing StarCraft right now. The StarCraft Reddit is like insane. Anyways, in other news, this is our Shadow plush.
Hello.
He's really cute. This is the latest charity event type thing that Blizzard is doing. There was the in-game pet Shadow, who still, the in-game version of this is still available for charity until the end of the year. This is its in real life counterpart. It's super cute. I don't think it's as cute in pictures as it is in person. Because I was not.
It's hard to see the fluffy, like when there's white fluff on the white background. It's hard to.
It's also
see it.
just like, I don't know. It's just cuter than I expected it to be. Like, it's got a cute little face and a cute little nose. And it's, look at its little bean toes. Like, it's so cute. Yeah. And its tail,
you can pose the ears.
Yeah, its tail is kind of like floppy and foxy, and it's got a little Tashi tag, and it's really cute. And then also, if you squeeze his paw, his rune lights up on his forehead, which I think is really cute too. So just in general, he's really, really cute. And all of the profit for Shadow, if purchased before the end of the year, is also going to charity to help hurricane relief. If you're interested in him, head over to gear.blizzard.com and check out for Shadow. I do believe it's available in a bundle too with the in-game pet and.
Let me check. I'm not sure if it is. Let me just check.
The in-game pet is really cute too. The in-game pet changes to
a
golden color between like a light and a void type thing.
Oh, it is not in a bundle.
Oh, it's
but
not
it comes in a really cute collector's edition box.
It does.
You can display
you guys just watched me really struggle to open. I had to take the bottom out, and it was a whole shebang. But I got it. We made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the box is really nice, and it could be displayed in the box. And the inside of the box has like the WoW map. It's really cool.
Also, Blizzard is sending us a bunch of these to give away. They know that there's some issues with the discount code for Wowhead pin, and they wanted to give us some other stuff to make up for the difficulties that caused. So we will have some Shadow plushies to give away. And it's too bad Brightpaw isn't here. Brightpaw met Shadow yesterday and was very interested in playing with Shadow's ears. There's a little video on my Twitter of Brightpaw reacting to Shadow.
It's really cute. It's really cute.
Yeah.
Jinx has also got a bunch of Black Friday sales right now, and I made a little thing of a slideshow. The first thing you're seeing right there. Oh, I'll come back to those. So these are the Overwatch Ultimate hoodies. This is a brand new.
I'm wearing one.
World of Warcraft crest hoodie. That's like a premium version. There's the Alliance one. These are not in a good order. I apologize. And these come out on Black Friday, these new Shield hoodies. And I've got a couple of these in the mail, so I'll probably be showing them on my channel pretty soon. But
nice.
Yeah, these are awesome. I really like the new Shield hoodies a lot.
Yeah, people really I shared a few of them and people were super into them on my Twitter.
I can see why.
And the best part is we have a code, Wowhead, for 20% off all Blizzard products on Jinx through December 31st. So those WoW hoodies, the Ultimate hoodies, the recent Varian and Vol'jin t-shirts, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's what's going on in the Jinx department. And I think that's it. Do we have any questions to answer?
Yeah, we have a few. Let's see. Oh, we had one for Lula. We didn't ask. We can ask her. We can pass on her next time. But Lone Samurai wanted to know that if Blizzard wanted you to design a recipe for battle for Azeroth, what would you come up with?
Oh, we'll ask her on Twitter. We'll ask her on Twitter, and we'll retweet the answer. Thank you for asking a question for her. And in the future, we would like guests, this was obviously just kind of a trial thing, but in the future, we would definitely like guests to hang out and talk with us and do the whole show with us. And then we'll do an interview portion at the end. This was just a new thing. We were trying it out. I didn't know how hard or easy it would be to transition between 3 cameras and 2. So thank you, Lula, so much for coming on and kind of being the guinea pig in this situation. And thank you guys for being so kind and open-armed to her. Continue, Perk. I'm sorry.
Jay the Bard says, what allied race are you looking most forward to playing in battle for Azeroth? And I am conflicted because I really like the Nightborn, and Perk's story was that, before Suramar was playable, I'm Perk's is the ancient night elf, and she's from Suramar, but she wasn't wealthy Suramar, she was a merchant, and then I'm oh, there's Suramar, the merchant area, that's where she's from, and it's Horde, so I can't be that. So I guess
faction change.
I don't know. But then I can't get the Heritage Armor set because I need to level from scratch. So I don't know. We'll see. But obviously, both elves I'm very interested, especially Void Elves, because we don't really have them in the game right now.
I've always wanted High Mountain Tauren, so I'm really excited about High Mountain Tauren. But I, too, am very excited for Void Elves, and I will be changing my mage to a Void Elf because Nightborn, rather. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. But I'm really excited for Nightborn as well. I'm jealous of Void Elves. I feel that same sort of conflicted, because it just seems so odd that the Blood Elfy race is going to Alliance and the Night Elfy race is going to Horde. But then it also seems like a good compromise, because I feel like those are the two races that, I would play, you know.
But I want to see what's up with the burning of Teldrassil, because, like, wouldn't the elves be like, oh, like, the other elves have their tree on fire, like, why are we partnering with the faction associated with, like, attacking the elves? I guess we'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out. What else we got for questions?
The Great Mew 83 says, do you think we'll have a free 110 boost with Battle for Azeroth? Yeah, because they keep, they upgrade stuff. Yeah, they always keep upgrading stuff.
Yeah, they announced that.
Yeah. Stonebridge says, has Blizzard explored time walking outside of instances in the future? I mean, they recently expanded to raids. I think that, they're trying to do the dynamic scaling, which is similar to time walking. How you can, So, I mean, I think they're definitely taking the concept of, like, making old content relevant again by scaling it, or, like, trying to reuse it. Like, Suramar then became, like, the Nighthold. We went to the Broken Shore a few times. Like, I think they're trying to make it seem like the world's a breathing place and you can return to it, and then you can scale it to do it on your Ulster friends more easily. Let's see. I think that's about it. There's a few questions I'm not sure what it means. I'm not sure if it's StarCraft related, but yeah, I think that's about it with questions.
Wait, maybe I'll know.
Oh, someone's like, if I have the standard. Oh, never mind. No, I think I don't know why it's in StarCraft. I think they meant to say if I have the standard Legion edition and wanted to upgrade to Deluxe, will the discount apply?
I don't think so.
Know. That sounds like a Blizzard CS question.
Yeah, I think that's a special occasion, but I doubt it. I doubt it. But yeah, that's all the things, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here on this lovely Wednesday. And if you are celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow, be safe, eat lots of turkey, be thankful for things. Good luck if you're Black Friday shopping or Cyber Monday shopping.
Be nice to people that have to work.
Yes, please be nice to people who have to work. And thank you guys so much for spending your Wednesday with us. We stream Wowhead Weekly every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time here at twitch.tv/wowhead. Then we upload it to youtube.com/wowhead and embed it the next day at wowhead.com. Thank you so much to all of you guys for coming and watching us live, for following us on Twitch, for subscribing to us on YouTube. A huge thank you to all of our Twitch subscribers. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much for allowing us to work with a bunch of artists and make cool emotes and just, have a reason to be here every week. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And a big, huge shout out and thank you to our Wowhead Premium subscribers. Wowhead Premium is a monthly subscription service to Wowhead. It removes all of the ads from the site on both desktop and mobile as long as you are logged in. It costs $1 a month or $9 for the entire year, and it can be gifted. For more information, head over to wowhead.com/premium. I think that's all the things, so we are going to go. But I hope he's on the cat post. Everybody in the back was just like, I see a dog. He was standing on the cat post.
That's amazing.
He was standing on the cat post.
I'm so sad my plan's not here.
I know. So we're going to go, but I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday, and we will see you next week, guys. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.